She said that she love me, yeah, she wow wow. Hey, I'm not from the West, but they get wow wow. Hey, free my boys, lovely my boys, they beat them chops. Hey, man, I feel like we rest up the pawns now. These niggas better calm down.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Mikkel back with another podcast. If it's your first time here, I'm Mikkel J. If you're returning, then welcome back. Yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. If you're listening to this on a Spotify, Apple, or Anchor platform, then make sure you like and then share this with somebody or leave a comment. Leave a comment, y'all. I'm talking to myself, basically. So, talk to me back in the comments so that way we can have stuff to talk about or I can give you a shout out, whatever the case may be. Shout out your business. Do something in the comments so we can have some conversation going because I'm starting... Y'all are not giving me anything, and I feel like I'm in the classroom talking to my kids and looking around, so no one's gonna say anything, no one's gonna answer the question. Talk back to me. Dang. Okay. Now that I got that off my chest, because that bothered me. Make sure you're following me on all platforms, Mikkel J. And we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this episode.
The pawns now. These niggas better calm down.
Okay, so this episode is kind of influenced by my students. If you're new here, then you don't know. I am a teacher. I'm the teacher bae. And I currently teach 9th grade at a high school, okay? That's a thing. Pandemic teaching has already been enough. High school pandemic teaching is a whole nother ball game. It's a thing. And I love it, actually, which is really surprising. I really like it. But we'll talk about teacher journey in a whole nother episode. If you want to know about pandemic teaching, I'll make an episode about that. I've been promising y'all that for a couple of seasons now. I'm going to really do it for real. Because I told y'all, I'm going to stick to it. So, if you're tuning in, the topic for today is self-motivation. I think for this whole pandemic, since it started, the biggest thing that we've had a problem with teaching specifically and just running into people is motivating ourselves. I know Instagram got you thinking everybody out here just hustling. Everybody hustling. Child. That is far from the truth. Everybody is not hustling. Everybody don't want it. And I'm not saying that I want you to go ahead and start your multi-million-dollar business if that's not something you want to do. Some people like working for other folks and there's nothing wrong with that. I think for me, and from what I'm seeing, I think people are losing sight of the big picture, right? Because they get caught up in the moment. And I know I've talked about this on my podcast before many a times. I just know I have. But getting caught up in the moment, just feeling bad about yourself, right? Not putting your full effort forward only cheats you. It only hurts you at the end. Example in the classroom, if I'm teaching the kids and I'm teaching the babies and I love them, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving them all my all. If they choose not to do the work, there's nothing I can essentially do. There's nothing their mama can do. There's nothing their daddy can do. There's nothing that can be done to force you to do what you're supposed to do. And I think we gotta take that into account as adults as well as children as well as teens as growing into adults. Just any point in life, no one can make you do anything at all. If you choose not to do it, you picked whatever consequences come with it. And I am a very strong believer in decisions. Everybody gotta make their own decisions. But are you making your decisions based off yourself? And if you are, why would you purposely set yourself up for failure? I know I had a conversation with a student literally just this week. And I was saying, I asked them, I'm like, hey, are you setting yourself up for success and failure? Or failure? And that's a question that I wanted to come to the podcast, truly ask yourself, are you setting yourself up for success or failure? Are you doing things that's allowing you to see your future in a brighter light? Or are you doing things because you're just not in the mood? You got an attitude. You upset because it's hard. You letting that moment dictate your future. And, of course, we're going to live in the moment. We're going to love the moment. We're going to allow ourselves to have all the feelings. But at the same time, what are you building towards? What are you working towards? Where is the E behind yourself? You don't have to like anything. But, sadly, we're at a point in this life where it's just some things we're going to have to do. That's just what come with life, period. It's just some things you're going to have to do and they're not going to be enjoyable. Why would you half-ass them when you could give them your best shot and be done with it. I tell my kids all the time, you can pass me this one time, suffer, bite the bullet, pass me, or you gonna take me again and have to do it all over again. That's ashy. That's dusty. No one wants to keep repeating the same thing that you dislike anyway, so why not put your best foot forward and get it handled? You hate starting over and working out and doing that first couple of weeks where it's dragging, right? But if you keep stopping, you're not putting your best foot forward, you're not following through, you got to keep going through that same part over and over and over and over again. Okay, so my camera cut off, but we back in business. Either way, so like I was saying, self-motivation is just key, and I think people are seeking out for validation to do the things that you know you need to do. And I think that's just setting us up for failure, because if you need validation from outside to like okay what you need to do, which we've talked about on this podcast before, you can go back a couple of seasons, you're setting yourself up to let other people dictate if you're going to be successful or not. Don't. Defining success is based off what you want to be. So being successful is what makes you happy in the moment. What's making you the most happy. It's what allows you to be the freest. Not necessarily saying you're doing that without limitations, because there's always limitations to everything. I hate, like, people make it seem like I'm free and I ain't never got to answer to nobody. You're always answering to somebody because it's a social contract. You know what I'm saying? Let's not go there. Either way, you want to set yourself for success, and you want yourself to be happy, and you want yourself to be in the purest form of happiness, and that's putting yourself first. And putting yourself first means doing the things that you necessarily don't want to do, but you know you need to do, so you can get them out the way, so you can handle other business that you know you want to enjoy. I think social media has hyped us up into thinking like if we just sit down and get it popping, then we gonna be a millionaire, we gonna do this, we gonna do this. It doesn't highlight the times where you falling off or you disappear, where it's just hard, where you just really don't feel like it. Those moments happen, but you have to acknowledge them, and then you gotta be like, all right, now what's best? Do I sit in this moment and soak, or do I get up and handle my business? Everybody that know me personally know my favorite thing is business, okay? Business is business. You don't let emotions, you don't let people, you don't let anything interfere with your business. You know why? Because if you don't handle your business, guess what's gonna happen? It ain't gonna get done. Nobody else is going to do it. No one else can make you do anything, and ain't nobody else gonna do you just no favors just because. I know you got them close friends that you love and you can always depend on, and that's really, really good. However, it's your responsibility to make sure that you're happy. It's your responsibility to make sure your business is handled. And like I try to get my students to understand that I feel like so many people are missing in this pandemic. There's more, right? This has only been, what, almost we're going on year 3. 3 years of our lives, yes. But you've lived a lot longer than you have in this pandemic. And even if it changes our lives for the future, which I'm 100% sure it will, even if it changes our lives for the future, it doesn't mean that you are not going to have any wins or any W's. Some people have been depressed throughout this whole pandemic, correct. But that doesn't mean that they won't get any W's in the future. I tell my students, you want to graduate, you want to walk out of here, regardless if it's virtually or in person. You're going to want to walk out of here. You want to let you having a bad mood interfere with you walking and graduating? You want to let you not feeling like going to the gym, or you choosing to stick to the same pattern that has not worked for years and years dictate you losing that weight you've been complaining about for 20 years? Like, I don't understand. You want to let your financial situation interfere with you not moving forward. You want to be broke 20 years from now because you refuse to buckle down and handle your money now? You want to be dusty. You want to be ashy. You want to be crusty because you refuse to put the energy in yourself. But then you on Instagram scrolling and admiring people who just chose to put the energy in themselves. We're not asking you. I'm never going to ask you to put extra energy into anybody else, because me, I don't care. Okay, honey? You do not got to be friends with nobody if you don't feel like it. However, You go on Instagram and you admire people. You admire the things that people have put forward. I want a multi-million-dollar company. Everybody want $1 million, but don't nobody work to get there. Didn't Kevin Hart say that? Everybody want to do the things. Everybody want the end part, but you really don't want to invest in yourself, investing in yourself, your health, your wealth, your conversation, how you talk to people, how you handle your business. These are the things that are important. You got to start with the foundational bricks, because you gon' happen to stumble across $1 million and mismanage it. My daddy literally just said he could tell when it's somebody's first time having something because they always mistreated. Like, do you hear that? Like, I could tell it's your first time having something by the way you mistreated. You don't bring your Rolls Royce to your project housing. Doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? We can tell it's your first time succeeding because look how you mishandling it. If you invested in yourself and you loved yourself enough and you cared about yourself enough to do all the things that set yourself up for success, you have no choice but to succeed at the end. It's all about the details. It's all about the details. What details are you putting in? What I want you to know from the biggest part of this, because I'm probably rambled because my laptop done did 400 things. But I want you to know that motivating yourself is the most important thing. And yes, we could go outside and it's hard, right? I'm a motivational speaker. And I'm going and telling you that no matter what I say, no matter how much information you take from me, you can listen to every podcast I've ever told you. If you don't apply the information, if you don't make it yours, what are you doing? Nothing. I can't make you do nothing. No matter how often you hear my voice and I'm cussing at you and waving my finger and rolling my knee. I can't make you do anything. But you can make yourself get up and do it. Regardless of what it is and what you see and how you feel. You are the only person that can make sure you're setting yourself up for success. So I ask you again, are you setting yourself up for success or failure? And I want you to spend the week thinking about that and asking yourself with all the actions, all the things, are you setting yourself up for success and failure? This Luca. Because he's going to bother my feet. This my baby. This is Luca. Okay? Anyway. Yes. Are you setting yourself up for success or failure? And you're going to figure that out. But now that we're here at the end, y'all, he done got under my feet, under here bothering me, so he ready for me to go. But now that we're at the end, like I said, if you're watching me on YouTube, like, subscribe, please. I'm going to have more content coming to you in the next couple of weeks because I got a photo shoot next week, and I'm definitely going to walk y'all through that because, baby, it's been work, honey, work. My new hairline is launching soon. I done had this wig on for a minute. I just slapped it on my head today, honey. It needs to be washed. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna change it. So, yeah, honey. Bundles dropping soon. Closures, 505 closures dropping soon. You know what I'm saying? We love a good closure wig so we can slap it on our head and go about our business. It'll be Michael J. Bundles. And be looking out for like a podcast name change. So if you're listening to this on some other platform, like Spotify, Apple, all of that, please prepare for the name change. Don't be looking crazy. It's still me. It's just gonna be another name change. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I will see you soon. I'm trying to podcast every other week, and then when I start vlogging, I'm going to put them in there, you know, in the missed weeks. But every other week is what I can sustain right now. Because, baby, I'm busy. I'm trying to get this money. And we'll talk about that, too. So, I'll see you next week. Or week after next.
She said that she love me, yeah, she wow, wow. Hey, I'm not from the West, but they get wow, wow. Hey, free my boy, lonely, my boy, they beat them cows.